Hey there. You ever go to set an alarm and have that split second of panic, wondering if you picked AM or PM correctly? We've all been there. Well, today we're going to clear all that up. We're going to completely demystify AM and PM so you never have to second guess it again. Let's do this. All right, let's start with the one question that trips almost everyone up. It's the middle of the day, the sun's overhead, and your clock says exactly 12 o'clock. Is that AM or is it PM? I mean, it feels like it could be either one, right? It's the exact crossover point. Well, hang on, because the answer is actually super simple, and it's the key to understanding the whole thing. You see, the reason we get mixed up about AM and PM has nothing to do with memorizing hours. It all comes down to understanding one single, crucial word from Latin that slices our day right in half. And here it is. The magic word is meridium. It's just a Latin word that means midday, or what we call noon. That's it. That's the anchor. Think of noon as the great dividing line of the day. Every single moment happens either before that line or after it. That's the whole secret. See? Once you know that meridium means noon, the rest is just simple logic. Every time of day is either before noon or afternoon. It's one or the other. So with that key piece of info, let's break down the first half of the day. Okay, so let's take a look at everything that happens before we hit that noon dividing line, starting from the very beginning of a new day. Now, this is the cool part. AM isn't just some random abbreviation. It actually stands for ante meridium. So if we know meridium means midday, and the Latin word ante means before, well, then AM literally just means before midday. It's not a code, it's a description. And this lays it all out perfectly. A new day officially kicks off at midnight. That's the start of the AM hours. They run all the way through the quiet, early morning into the late morning when you're grabbing coffee, right up to 11:59 a.m. That's the very last minute before we hit noon. So, we've walked right up to that dividing line. We've covered everything that happens before midday. So what happens the exact second we cross it? Yep, you guessed it. The exact same logic applies. We just swap out that first little word. And that brings us to PM, which stands for post-meridium. Now, you've definitely heard that prefix post before, like in a post-game show or a post-it note. It just means after. So PM literally means after midday. It's the entire second half of our day. And there it is, the answer to our very first question. The PM hours begin precisely at 12 noon, so 12 in the daytime is 12 p.m. This period then carries us through the afternoon, into the evening, and all the way to 11:59 p.m., which is the final minute right before the day ends, and flips back to AM again. Okay, so we've cracked the Latin code, and we've walked through the timeline. Let's just put it all together now to really make sure this is locked in for good. This is basically your ultimate cheat sheet. Over on the left, you've got AM, ante meridium, before midday, which covers everything from midnight to 11:59 in the morning. On the right, PM, post meridium, after midday, which starts at 12 noon and goes all the way to 11:59 at night. Simple as that. Let's just run through a few real-world examples. 8 a.m., that's clearly before midday, so it's the morning. What about 3:15 p.m.? Well, that's after midday, so it's in the afternoon. And 9:45 p.m., also after midday, so that's at night. See, you totally got this. It's not so confusing once you know the rule. So it all comes back to meridium, that midday line. AM is everything before it, PM is everything after it. And now that you know the rule, it does kind of raise a pretty interesting question, doesn't it? If this system has these little quirks, why do so many of us still use it instead of something simpler, like a 24-hour clock? Now that's something to think about.